At this time, I would ask everyone who is able to please stand for the presentation of colors by the ECU Army National Guard Gold Program and remain standing for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight under the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Forward, march.
Let's thank Brianna Jo Davis for her rendition of our national anthem. If you would, please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Please be seated. If there's anyone standing in the back, please feel free to come forward and sit in any of the open positions behind our graduates. ECU has a wonderful tradition in which each incoming class is presented with its own song. These songs are composed by fellow ECU students and performed publicly for the first time during the Welcome to Campus Week in the fall of their freshman year. Here to perform the Class of 2025 fanfare is Dr. Nicholas Myers and the ECU Brass Ensemble. Class of 2025, this is your song. Thank you for attending the May 2025 commencement ceremony. My name is Wendell Godwin. I'm president of East Central University. Today, we honor and recognize the accomplishments of our 2025 East Central University graduates and welcome them as a part of our part of our alumni family. A proud Tiger network across the globe. As you exit the stage, members of the ECU Alumni Association will greet you with the commemorative alumni pin, welcoming you into this prestigious community. Will the distinguished members of the platform party please stand as I introduce you and remain standing? Audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. On my left, Dr. Melody Baggage, Professor of Music and today's announcer. Dr. Sarah Peters, Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Jason Prather, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies. Dr. Jerry Mihelic, Dean of the College of Education and Psychology. Dr. Mark Walling, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. And Dr. Shirley Mixon, Professor and Director of the Interdisciplinary Studies Program and ECU's senior faculty member. Let's give them a round of applause, please. On my right, Kit Wakely, an ECU alumnus and our commencement speaker for today's ceremony. Russo Regent Connie Riley. Dr. Ken Andrews, Dean of the College of Health and Sciences, Dr. Michael Scott, Dean of the Stonecipher School of Business, and Dr. Jeffrey Gibson, Provost and Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Finally, it is my pleasure to recognize ECU's accomplished and dedicated faculty who are truly experts in their respective fields. Will the faculty please stand and be recognized? Thank you again for all that you do for our students. You are the heart and soul of this institution. East Central University would also like to acknowledge and honor the original caretakers of these lands, the Wichita, Caddo, Apache, Comanche, and Kiowa peoples, and their eventual successors, the Chickasaw Nation, who have since made various contributions to the success and development of East Central University and the larger community. East Central University exists partly of the foresight of the community leaders and the generosity of Chickasaw citizen Daniel Hayes. Let's thank the Chickasaw Nation. Regent Riley from Okemah was appointed to the Board of Regents for the Regional University System of Oklahoma in 2007 for a 9-year term. She was reappointed in 2016 to serve an additional 9 years and is currently in the process of being reappointed for another term. The third time she will serve as an additional term of this amazing board. Regent Riley has been an exceptional regent, and she continues to represent ECU each year and is very visible on our campus. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium for comments Regent Connie Riley.
Wow. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than in Ada. I'm back. Seems like it's been so long since I've been at graduation and I've missed it. Graduates, you are now official East Central University graduates. Congratulations. I think that's absolutely phenomenal. I know each and every one of you are sitting there with pride, and you should be sitting there with pride. You should be proud that you have graduated from East Central University. Under the leadership of President Godwin and this outstanding faculty and staff, you have been given the opportunity for an outstanding education, for a high-quality education, and I now challenge you to use that. I would like to leave you with something very briefly in order to kind of address that challenge. You know, we all know Abraham Lincoln, all of us. We know that Abraham Lincoln gave a very famous Gettysburg Address when they were dedicating the Union Cemetery at Gettysburg. But you know, President Lincoln wasn't the only one who spoke at that event. In fact, he was not even the keynote speaker. A man by the name of Edward Everett Hale was the keynote speaker at Gettysburg, and he spoke for over 2 hours. Maybe that's why they really liked President Lincoln's address, because it was very short. But during that, Edward Everett Hale said, "I am but one, but I am one. I can't do everything, but I can do something. And the something I can do, I ought to do. And what I ought to do, with God's grace, I will do." I challenge you, graduates, do what you ought to do. You are part of a tradition of outstanding East Central University graduates. We have an example of it right here on the stage for us. I challenge you, don't fall into the trap of fear. I'm only one person. I can't do it. Yes, you can. Choose what you ought to do and do it. Once again, congratulations, and thank you very much for allowing me to be a very small part of this important, important day. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Riley, for those words. It is a true privilege to welcome today's commencement speaker, East Central University distinguished alumnus Kit Wakely, a 2-time Grammy Award winner and a 4-time nominee. Kit is an acclaimed composer, artist, and producer with 7 #1 Billboard hits and over 20 top 10 chart placements, a member and governor of the Recording Academy. He has celebrated with the London Symphony and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestras and worked alongside music legends such as Joe Satriani, Nuno Betancourt, and Kristen Chenoweth. His recent Grammy nominations span traditional pop, global album, and classical compendium, reflecting his versatility and global reach. Kit has been inducted into the Indie Music Hall of Fame and has performed to sold-out audiences at Carnegie Hall and beyond. Whether through soaring orchestrations, or genre-defying productions, his work continues to inspire across boundaries. I would also like to welcome his wife, Melissa, who is with us this evening. Thank you very much for coming as well. At this time, please join me in welcoming a creative force and a proud ECU Tiger, Mr. Kit Wakely.
Thank you. I see a lot of you waving the fans and you're hot. I would like to tell you it's going to be a short speech, but President Godwin said he'd pay me an extra $100 a minute if I held you here long enough. So at one point, I heard this analogy that a butterfly will flap its wings in Africa, and that little propulsion of wind ends up becoming a major hurricane in Florida, or it becomes that extra little bit of burst of wind that keeps the ball going over for a grand slam or a home run. You never know who's going to be your butterfly. And I'm so honored and privileged that that butterfly that I'm going to talk about today is why I stand here this very day. It's why many of you are here today. I'm humbled by the fact that this is one of the greatest moments of your life so far, and I do mean so far. You just closed a chapter and you're getting ready to start a new one. As far as faculty and staff, I don't know how much more pride you could have to look upon this crowd and think, wow, I'm one of those butterflies. I'm one of the people that had an impact on all those students and what's getting ready to come. I was trying to figure out, what would I talk about today? And I started thinking about the story of a young man. He lost his mother in a very tragic, senseless act of crime. He was then given to a family member, and that family member, within just a day or so, drove him to a highway, stopped the car, locked it, and left him there for a couple of days. The police found him on Thanksgiving Day. So then he's taken to a foster home. You're thinking it's going to get better, and it ends up being horrific. Abuse beyond what you could think. And so then once the authorities find out and they take this young man out, they put him in foster homes. After foster home, after foster home, after foster home. And what people don't realize about foster homes is the kid will get attached to that family really quick. They just want somebody. And then all of a sudden they're taken and they're put into another foster home. And it happens repeatedly. How many of you lost a loved one? How many of you have been through divorce or just, whatever it might be? Imagine a 6 or 7-year-old going through that same loss every so many months. The trauma. So then, if you haven't figured out that story, it's my story. And it's why I'm here today. And people ask, how did you make it through it? Because the stats show, and people will tell you, most people will either, they go through the process of something like that, will either end up with addiction or jail or dead. But somehow, some way, through those butterfly effects, I stand here for you today. Thank you. Once I was adopted, when you go through that kind of, that past, that history, that trauma, whatever you want to label it, you don't fit in. You don't trust anybody. You're socially awkward. You get bullied. You don't fit in. It's a struggle. But I was so blessed that I found music. And I don't know how to explain the therapy of learning how to play a trumpet. But the first big butterfly I ever had in my life was a professor from here at East Central University. I was 12 years old, and he was kind enough to take me into his office here at East Central and teach me trumpet every Saturday. And then he got me to come to, events here at East Central, band camps and scholastic meets, and I got to attend so many different events on this very campus. I practically grew up on this campus. Without Dr. Doug Larimore, I don't receive Grammys. I don't sit in the studio with Sting or Josh Groban or whatever superstar there is. I don't get to sell out Carnegie Hall. I do it because Dr. Doug Larimore took the time and invested in me. East Central University. I'm not going to tell you it was easy once I got here. I was a little too immature, had a 1.2 GPA, and I think they were ready to show me the door. Of course, they should have saw it coming. I made 11 on my ACT test, so. And that thing about algebra, I don't know. I'm just going to let you in. I don't use it every day. They keep telling us we would. But I had this professor, Lou Watkins. She believed in me as well. She made me go to summer school, and she taught me how to study. In fact, she taught me so well that I remember the first test I took, I aced it. But I was afraid she'd think I cheated, so I erased the answer and changed it to a wrong answer, just in case. And she saw my insecurities, and she would take me to her home, and she would coach me, and she would mentor me, her and Wes. And I'll never forget, she sat me down, and she said, you know, there are going to be people, Kit, that are not going to like you. They're going to be people who don't love you. They're going to be people who don't respect you. But I'm going to put into your head that you're going to live your life so that you look in the mirror and you love who you see. I graduated because of Lou Watkins. I had a very abrasive, and some of you know who he is, political science teacher, Dr. Ed Brooks. And man, he was abrasive, and he expected nothing but the best. And I'll never forget, he had these absolute horrendous tests and papers due, and he would not let you come, halfway to anything. I had to change my language there. Keep it G. Mind you, Ed Brooks did not keep it G. That was the first professor I ever heard drop an F-bomb. I was, from a Southern Baptist church over here in Holdendale, and that was quite the culture shock. But I'll never forget, he said, everyone raise your hand, and it was some question he wanted to know. And I remember raising my hand. He said, well, raise it a little more. And I did. He dropped that bomb. Why did you not raise your hand all the way the first time? Why did you not give me 100% with just raising your hand? Is that all it takes, is to raise your hand 100%? He taught me a work ethic that I still have today. As a musician, and for what I do, it's 16-hour days. Sometimes you're in cities, six cities in 8 days. My wife has to remind me what city I'm in, what hotel I'm in. I've even had situations where I will call her from the lobby, and I'll have to ask her, now, what room we're in? But I wouldn't have that work ethic had it not been for Ed Brooks holding my feet to the fire. There was a speech teacher. He took me in his wing, and he taught me that, how to speak and how to carry myself on stage. And I found out that I had a comedic flair to me. So I used those comedic skills when I put on my shows. He didn't have to do that. None of them had to do. They were all my butterflies. Each and every one of them. And I couldn't be more appreciative. I can't tell you who your butterfly was. I can't tell you who, impacted your life. But I can assure you, once you graduate, you're prepared for anything and everything. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to, you're going to hear a lot of no's. But East Central will teach you that you're never failing. You're always succeeding. check sheet is once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Congratulations, everyone.
Good afternoon. Would the candidates for the graduate degree please rise? Graduates, yeah, that's you. Come on. President Godwin, as Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, it is my honor to present to you the Spring 2025 candidates for the Education Specialist, Master in Management, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science in Accounting, Master of Science in Human Resource, Master of Science in Psychological Services, and Master of Science in Water Resource Policy and Management. The candidates have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education for the four named degrees, and representing the graduate faculty, I hereby recommend to you that the degrees be conferred.
Graduating graduate students, as president of East Central University, acting on and on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the Regional University System of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the Education Specialist, the Masters in Management, the Master in Arts, the Master of Business Administration, the Master of Education, the Master of Science in Accounting, the Masters of Science in Human Resources, the Master of Science in Psychological Services, and lastly, the Master of Science in Water Resource Policy and Management. With all the privileges and obligations pertaining thereto, please come forward to accept your diploma.
Sarah Green. Jessica Downing. Serena Neely. Madeline Riley Shapey. Taylor Bumgarner. Clara Kapalik. David Smith. Danny Arias Brazaban. Tanner Collins. Justin Chitty. Joshua Graham. Sebastian Di Giampaolo. Jaden Smith. Mackenzie Hill. Amber Goodson. Mercedes Bird. Emisela Martinez. Iris Martinez. Narayan Devi Shrestha. Gina Waitman. Daniel Torres. Addison Masters. Jamie Pittman. Janie Underhill. Leslie Mannion. Jordan Kelly. Cassidy Edenborough. Benjamin Swaggerty. Kayla Tate Blue. Crystal Cathy. Diane Bunn. Velma Turner. Highland Hayes. Laura Lynette Hauk. Mindy Doreen.
Mr. Julius Rothbaum, a Tulsa attorney and former member of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, established the Nye Award to honor Governor George Nye. This award, based on academic achievement, character, and potential for contribution to public service, is awarded to outstanding seniors. At this time, I would like to recognize the finalists for the George Nye Award, which was awarded at our 10 a.m. ceremony. The finalists were Saul Padilla, a finance major in business administration, Lindsay DeLauder, a major in psychology, Emily Crowley, a nursing major, Hannah Camp, a psychology major, Taylor Spence, a health sciences major in biology, and Cass Northcutt, a double major in political science and history. I am excited to announce that this year we had co-winners for the 2025 George Nye Award. They were Saul Padilla and Taylor Spence. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. The honors program exists to provide exceptional and challenging academic opportunities for undergraduates at East Central University. Throughout the enriched course of studies, honors students must maintain a successful grade point average, and complete additional graduation requirements. These students are noted in the program. Would the graduating members of the honors program please stand to be recognized? Any honors students today? Okay. There's a whole bunch at the 10 a.m. ceremony. At each commencement, we have graduates who have earned an outstanding grade point average for both total college work and work at East Central University while pursuing their undergraduate degrees. Students who have earned academic achievement, high academic achievement, and highest academic achievement are noted in the commencement program. Academic achievement is awarded to students earning a grade point average of 3.5 to 3.79. Would these students please stand as a group and be recognized? Please. You may be seated. High academic achievement is awarded to students earning a grade point average of 3.8 to 3.99. Would these students please stand as a group to be recognized? Finally, highest academic achievement is awarded to students earning a perfect grade point average or a 4.0. Would these students please stand as a group to be recognized? And now, would all the candidates for the undergraduate degree please stand? President Godwin, as Provost and Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, it is my honor to present to you the Spring 2025 degree candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing. The candidates have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education for the four named degrees, and representing the faculty, I hereby recommend to you that the degrees be conferred.
Undergraduate degree students, as President of East Central University, acting for and on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the Regional University System of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Science in Education, the Bachelor of Social Work degree, and the Bachelor of Nursing. With all the privileges and obligations pertaining thereto, please come forward to accept your diploma.
Amelia Rose Choate. Melanie Juliet Oliva. Shelby Goddard. Abigail Williams. Abby Brooks. Savannah Grace Sauer. Gill. Emma Edmondson. Jenna Kennison. Emily Hart. Kaylee Martinez. Marina Surgener. Bailey Shirley. Anna Knobloch. Riley K. Andrews. Sydney Hope Wilson. Tiffany Beth Winchester. Erin Elizabeth Cloud. Alexis Walker. Leah Maddox. Taylor Estrada. Paloma Ortega. Kathleen Blackwell. Hadassah Swarna. Sarah Allen. Nikai Thurman. Audra Robertson. Jaylee Summer Landreth. Brittany Osteen. Cameron Jesse. Samantha Shirley. Jakara Hennessy. Jessica Patel. Madeline Jasip. Amos Kiach. Jamin Van Horn. Cherry Walsh. Fatima Molina. Ashley Haney. Jenna Acuna. Erin Elizabeth Houston. Aaliyah Lene Herod. Sophia Rowland. Ashley Pitzer. Megan Parks. Dylan Ellis. Joshua Rodriguez. Sterling Redden. Hope Lynn Bywater. Caden Morris. Trenton Main. Megan Genzer. Summer Larsh. Joshua Cathy. Bailey Kless.
Oh, they came back on.
Jennifer Johnson. Macy Riscarati. Alex Ackerman. Mackenzie Carlisle. Skylar Brawley. Haverty Avant. Bryn Walters. Lillian Rafis. Linnea Lindemann Anderson. Jada Abercrombie. Emma Strickland. Margaret Kennett. Jetta Santino. Mackenzie Wiley. Hannah Mitz. Ashley Monterosa. Connor Montgomery Green. Francisco Barajas. Ray Rowell. Anastasia Walker. April Wilson. Chandran Futisha. Riley Sliger. Crystal Meir. Brittany Brooks Teal. Gwendolyn Goodwin. Shanna Klein. Daisha Hall. Abineva Lines. Keely Matthews. Jessica Kelso. Sarah Fisher.
You may be seated. Students, today you were presented with an alumni lapel pin representing your new status as an alumnus of this university. Welcome to your new role. After the ceremony, we invite you and your family members to stop by the alumni booth in the lobby of the concession stand to learn more about how you can stay connected as an ECU alum. I now ask that you please move your tassel from the right side to the left side of your cap. indicating your status as a graduate of East Central University. This degree is your ticket to a life of learning. Use it well and use it often. May God bless you all.
You will find the words to the alma mater on the inside back cover of your program. Please stand and sing with me. Hail, hail, our alma mater, loyal, brave, and strong. To thee with voices ever ringing comes our victory song. Love and honor, strength and courage, these we pledge on you. Hail, oh, hail, our alma mater. Hail, oh, ECU. You are dismissed.